So I'm watching the past few days what's going on in these YouTube streets with the three content creators, the two women and the one man. And I saw all the screenshots. I heard all the audio, and it's bad. It's really bad. But more than him, playing two women, it's the fact that he sent the personal information of one, called her job, doxed her, and sent it off to the other woman who, when he fell out with her, he put her news out on the internet. And what bothers me even more is the number of men that are lining up behind this guy. This grimy dude, okay? I'm going to try to keep it as clean as possible. That's grimy, that's low down, it's disgusting behavior. And I hope that those two, especially the one, she filed a report against him, so, he needs to get dragged for filth, is in my opinion. It takes a lot for a woman has to be vulnerable, especially if you're in a relationship and long distance, but it happens. A lot of people do long distance. Sending a man nude pictures of yourself, a woman has to be vulnerable. She has to feel like she can trust you and to do something like that's a huge violation. It's a huge violation. And, the man obviously doesn't have any kind of boundaries whatsoever. He literally told the one, fuck you and your boundaries. So that lets me know what kind of psycho that they both were dealing with. It's not cool. And what's even worse is the fact that men actually are supporting him, even though these women, they have all the proof in the world that what he did to them. There's no doubting that. There really isn't. It's black and white. Do women make up lies on men? All the time. It happens. But when they are bringing receipts, audio conversations, screenshots, when they've got it right there and there's no denying it, you're in a sad place if you hate a woman that much that you will line up behind a man who totally violates another person. That's not cool. That's not cool. And so when men are having a lot of these issues with women, and you support these men who do these terrible things, like all the men that are supporting Diddy when all of these stories have come out against him, all of these businesses that have dropped him, that have publicly distanced themselves from them. They're still men. I personally seen men say, oh, those bitches were down. Those bitches deserved it. You know what? No, that's not okay. And, Nick always says the streets is watching. So yeah, the streets is watching. And that's why it's easy for them people to make black men the face of SA, domestic violence, and basically all things bad. Because you support other black men who do these terrible things. This is also why you have a Princella Clark making the rounds, writing books saying that you men are incapable of love. I don't believe that. I know many men who are capable of love and are loving men, are loving. I had a loving father, uncles, men in my life, friends, So I don't believe it, but I can see why. I can totally see why, somebody like her who obviously is extremely damaged, can say that and stand on her square. And there ain't nothing nobody can do that'll push her off of it. You also, because they know, oh, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I thought somebody needed me. They don't. So that's also a reason why I think a lot of women, think nothing of trying to use you men as a come up, because they figure, hey, you know what? They ain't shit anyway. They don't give a damn about me. So, I may as well be a money grubber. And instead of pulling myself out of, my bad situation, getting it out of the mud on my own for me and my kids, I just use this man as a come up. And that's pathetic too, because especially with the socio-political climate that we're in now, there's no reason why a woman can't get herself together, why she has to just basically be all busted and lazy. Excuse me, unless she is lazy and she just doesn't care and, expects other people to clean up behind her mess. Nobody gets more help in this country than a single mother. So, keep in mind that, this is to your decent men, okay? Because I'm seeing that also, that, this is just turned into a scamming culture, where nobody is genuine. So you've got women out here who, can easily go and take advantage of every social program that this country has to offer, especially if she has minor children, to put her and her kids in a better situation instead of, lying to some man and being a user. Using anybody is not cool. It's just not, it's not right to do that. So I personally know of 2 different women. They're not my friends. They would never be my friends. I wouldn't have anything to do with these women. I just know them. And one of them is a single mother. She has children, more than one. I don't know how many. And the other one has adult children, but she's just lazy. And she claims to be an entrepreneur, but it's really just an expensive hobby because it's not making her any money. It's like my embroidery and my baking. I make a few dollars from it, but not enough to make a living. Not enough for me to throw these scrubs out into the trash. So anyway, these 2 women are bouncing back and forth between 2 men who are friends to try to get one of them to get them out of the situation that, they could get themselves out of. And obviously too stupid to realize that these men talk to each other. They know what time it is. They see it for what it is. It's it's a scam. They know that, you just use it. You're just trying to use me because you don't want to do any better on your own. It's pathetic, really. And a lot of men are seeing this. This is why a lot of women are crying that, men don't want to date at all. I can understand that, because if, you give yourselves away, ladies. Nobody wants a stone around their neck. Life is hard enough as it is, even for somebody who makes decent money. Nobody wants a stone around their neck. If you're going to have somebody in your life, it needs to be somebody who can at least contribute and is bringing something to the table. And I'm just going to say that about myself also, because, people who, know me, and that I run with Nick Truth and Sly, they know that I'm a nurse. I travel, and I've had men say to me, oh, you'll hold a nigga down. No, I won't hold a nigga down. No, I won't. No. I'm a very nice person, and I'm a cheerful giver to the ones that I love. But, make no mistake, I'll eat a hamburger and watch you starve if I believe that your intention is to try to take advantage of me. Got no problem with that. So I'm just going to tell everybody, you better find a way to do better. Women, you need to be extremely careful with these men. Don't put yourself in a vulnerable situation unless it's a man that has proven himself to you already. If he hasn't shown you nothing but some bullshit on a video chat, then he can't be trusted. Men, if it's some woman that's got nothing but a sob story and some bullshit pandering compliments, she can't be trusted. That's all. Period. Single mothers, I was a single mother. I was able to get myself and my son out of, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't all that good. But I was at least smart enough to stop after one child because I didn't want him to suffer any more than, he didn't suffer, but, you have to give so much to, to be a mom, you really have to give so much of yourself. And it's really hard when you have one. For me, that was enough. It was enough because I was a mother. Like my son was always with me. If he wasn't in school, I was working, and I wasn't working, he was with me, all the time. So I at least stopped at one. I didn't keep going. And that's how you hurt yourselves. First of all, is you keep having these babies. Stop getting pregnant, get on birth control, and I don't want to hear nothing about that 99.9%. No, that is used by the pharmaceutical companies as a liability. For liability purposes. Because if you take that pill as directed, you're not going to get pregnant. And they can't be there to hold your hand, set an alarm clock, tap you on the shoulder, give you reminders to take your pill as directed. So to keep from getting sued, they came up with that 99.9%. So when it's 99.9% he's the father, then yeah, that's right. But 99.9%, all of y'all are saying that, it's a failure. That's not how it works. Men, and you're not going to get a bigger supporter of men than me. I don't pander. I deal in even hand, and I also tell the truth, but I am supportive. Okay. You can't stand behind a man who abuses women. You just can't do it. It's not cool. And we're looking at you like, wait a minute. It's like when you see somebody who makes excuses for a pedophile. You know that they're out there and they do it. There's always at least one. Well, maybe he didn't know she was 10 years old. Those are the people you have to look closely at. So the same thing goes with others who stand behind people who are abusive and are manipulative and take advantage of the goodness and kindness of others. Because I believe both of these women, they really did like him. They really did like him, and he blew it. So, that's just my thoughts on that.